start of the road to the World Cup in Qatar, and we're here in Egypt and the capital Cairo, the host, in the 30th of June stadium. Angola the visitors, as it's time for the group to get underway. Fine start for Egypt, a home match to kick off Group F. Gabon and Libya making up the quartet. Sadly, COVID still robbing us of quite the fever pitch atmosphere we'd expect, but fans thankfully at least populating part of the stadium. Certainly will be hopeful of seeing a dominant Faroes performance, that despite the heavy loss of their captain and talisman, Mohamed Salah. More on that later as we look at the makeup, as mentioned, of Group F. Egypt clear favourites to qualify out of the group. Could be a real battle between Gabon, Libya and Angola. But can Angolans produce a real headline here in Cairo? They certainly weren't outclassed the last time they faced Egypt. In the end, a narrow 2-1 win for the Faroes back in 2008, when the hosts claimed a 2-1 win en route to winning the Africa Cup of Nations. The home side go in search of a fourth appearance at the World Cup finals, while the visitors, Angola, looking to feature for the very first time. Malaysia closed out their AFCON qualifying journey in style, claiming a thumping 4-0 home victory over Group G runners-up Comoros in the nation's capital. Comoros, one of a number of sides to have benefited greatly from the expansion of AFCON. Mohamed El Neni, Mohamed Sharif, and Osam El Badri's men in driving seat for further goals from Mohamed Salah put the result beyond doubt. Faroes were one of 7 teams to go unbeaten through the qualifiers and booked their spot at next year's event in Cameroon with 2 games to spare. But will they be all smiles as they kick off their dream to try and replicate some of the success they've had continentally on the international stage? As mentioned, only 3 appearances previously at a World Cup. Certainly for a nation with the talent and strength at their disposal, certainly expect better. Although shows at times African nations have somewhat been under real challenge to qualify, but with the further expansions to the World Cup muted for post-Qatar, more opportunities may be beckoning, but certainly qualifying has improved. A great opportunity to make it back-to-back World Cups, having featured in 2018. Although a not fully fit Mohamed Salah was a real sore point in that campaign, ending with 3 defeats out of 3 in what was their first World Cup in 28 years since 1990, previous in 1934. But a big match tonight as hosts Egypt look to kick off their Group F campaign against the visitors, hoping to cause a shock in Cairo, Angola.
السيدات والسادة برجاء الوقوف للسلام الوطني لدولة أنغولا. لجمهورية مصر العربية.
Well, a rousing condition and rendition of the national anthems as we prepare for the football to take centre stage. Well, Egypt, it's been a headline story. Liverpool star Mohamed Salah not allowed to join up with the squad because he would have to quarantine for 10 days upon his return to England. In his absence, a lot of burden in attack to Mohamed Sharif, goal scoring sensation at Al Ahly, helping them to the CAF Champions League title. Although, as will be mentioned, Zamalek firing all the way to a 13th Egyptian Premier League title. Boubou Traoré of Mali taking charge. It will be the decision for the visitors how the teams line up. It doesn't look like they're going to make the two sides switch as they get ready for the photos. So Bartomeu Kisanga, Angolan captain, face to face with Amir El Soulia. So you got Marquez in goals for Angola. Kisanga looking to lead from the middle. As mentioned, their last match against Egypt, which was 13 years ago, ended in a narrow 2-1 defeat on Egyptian soil. Certainly this starting 11 for Pedro Gonçalves' side. We'll hope it's something even better. They're not just missing Mohamed Salah, also shorn of the talents of currently still on the books. Arsenal midfielder Mohamed El Neni ruled out of the game, also because of the coronavirus restrictions. So underway here as Egypt kick off their World Cup campaign against visitors Angola in Group F as the road to Qatar begins. Nothing to do with COVID, but the other big miss for Egypt, the injury to another of their attacking threats, Mahmoud Trezeguet, sadly missing out. Instead is Susan El Shaat of Al Ahly and Zamalek's Ahmed Zizou, who replace Salah and Trezeguet in Egypt's squad. Certainly hoping the rivalry between Al Ahly and Zamalek can be put to one side. Certainly it's a fascinating end to the Egyptian Premier League over the summer. 5-year reign for Al Ahly brought to a shuddering halt. The White Knights earned their 13th, I was going to say lucky 13th title. Angola, Pedro Gonçalves name a 28-man squad, including Al batting forward. Certainly looking to get in on goal. It should have been the opener. Vladimir Felix, huge opportunity. It was just a poor clearance that then was thrown into the box by Alfredo Ribeiro. And Vladimir Felix looked to have done the right thing. He brought it back inside. Mohamed El Shenawi, completely statuesque. And yet wide it went. A huge let-off. Well, Egypt looked to respond straight away. Oh, late challenge there, and it's a penalty kick. Well, certainly no wonder he's all smiles. Referee didn't hesitate. See this back again, and certainly clear to see Ahmed Fetou of Zamalek get to the ball first and cleaned out by the captain, Kisanga. Maybe a little too aggressive in trying to cover the tracks of the flying left back. And now the pressure with Mohamed Salah not traveling for these qualifiers due to COVID restrictions. It falls under the shoulders of Mohamed Mursi. He'll hope not to show Angola any mercy. And he certainly doesn't. No chance for Hugo Marquez. Well, at one end, heart was in the mouth for Osam El Badri. At the other, from the penalty spot, it's Mohamed Mursi, who gives the Faroes an early 1-0 lead. Well, the keeper picked the right way, even if he did point to the left, but the mind games didn't work. because the precision of the finish was acutely felt. Well, Al-Badri straight to the ground to show his delight. And Egypt, after surviving a scare at one end, lead by a goal to nil. Al-Badri, 61 years of age, former midfielder, promoted from the under-23 Olympic Faroes to lead the national team. Long story with Al Ali. Now looking to earn Egypt fourth trip to the World Cup. It would be the first time they've ever gone to back-to-back tournaments. Of course, the AFCON in Cameroon. They'll be hoping to add to their mighty title haul, and it could be two. What a chance at the back post. Hussein El Shahat shows his frustration in his reaction. Maybe he had time even to take it down. It's a lovely ball to pick out the run. He had a lot more time than he maybe gave himself credit for. Showing his right-sidedness. I'm sure the first-time effort, the left would have been the option. And let off for Angola. You need to show that Egyptian clinical edge, and they should have done just that. Well, they might be trailing by a goal to nil, but Angola could easily be 2-1 up. What a chance for Fabio Abreu. Again, driving right at the heart of the Egyptian defence. Fabulous run by Vladimir Felix, the number 13, who missed the golden opportunity before the penalty strike. This time, the provider for Abreu to do likewise. Getting the ball past El Shenawi, but not on target. Well, the flag went up, the referee happy to let play rage on. The referee again happy to let the play run if he can, but Angola's Ribeiro remained down on the deck. Certainly it was a heavy challenge. Even gets what looks like a bit of sympathy from the goal scorer, Mohamed Mursi. Well, the ball played in. He was already somewhat going to ground. There wasn't quite as much contact with Mahmoud Atia Amdi. Egypt returning the ball. A fine show of fair play. Unless it was one of the worst shots. I think it was the former. It's a good header. Amir El Soulia captaining in place of Mohamed Salah. Salah, Trezeguet and El Neni, big misses for Egypt, but as to be said that Al-Badri will still feel he's got plenty in this squad to deal with Angola, but despite naming a strong side, Angola should have at least scored once. Can they maintain that belief despite going a goal down? Mursi. All around the corner, goes down easy. Referee has a think and then does go to his whistle. It's not just Egypt that are missing out. Elder Costa playing his trade for Leeds United in the English Premier League, missing out, as has Brentford's Joanna Wissa. For the DR Congo, there's plenty of countries being affected. I'm not sure if the referee might go to his book. Nurio Fortuna claiming his innocence to the linesman. The referee's the one who wants the word. I think the referee just trying to take a little bit of the sting out, doesn't want too much aggression or certainly too many theatrics. Mustafa Mohamed going down under the challenge of Fortuna. It's been a tough time for the former Zamalek striker. Still on the books, on loan at Galatasaray. There was interest from Bordeaux in France, but a contractual issue between White Knights and the Turkish Giants was touted as a reason why that move didn't happen. Seems to have fallen down the pecking order with Galatasaray. A big opportunity here for him tonight, along with Mohamed Sharif, who was on the score sheet in Egypt's last competitive outing against Comoros. That 4-0 victory, already one to the good. Looking a little calmer, although certainly looked fragile at the back. Angola know they can't stand off the Faroes and expect to live to tell the tale. He's always going to be playing on the edge. As Magdi moves down. Angola, a side who have yet to come out on top in any of the 5 previous meetings between these teams. As mentioned, not since the 2008 Africa Cup of Nations have they clashed. Angola themselves wrapped up a otherwise dismal AFCON qualifying display with an impressive victory 2-0 over Gabon at the Estadio 11th of November. Second half goals from Manuel Show, Kafumana, Noidi Augusto. 3 minutes apart earned Pedro Gonçalves' men a first win in 6 competitive outings. Palancas Negras failed to score half of those matches. Their offensive performances have been a real letdown, but it's more their finishing that was an issue tonight so far. Not even 15 minutes and 2 gilt-edged chances to Egypt's penalty, and yet failing to hit the target has hit them hard on the scoreboard. Lovely flick on from Sharif. The goal scorer tries to slide it back in, but it falls kindly. What a block, though, from Fortuna. Fortune favoured the Fortuna. And it just looked like it was opening up for Mustafa Mohamed. Now Angola to attack the shaky Egyptian defence, but the ball to the back post. Too much on it. Joao Chiesa tried to keep it alive. Pedro Gonçalves, in some ways, will be absolutely delighted with how his side have started. But this could have ended badly for them. The ball running kindly, but what a block from Fortuna. Ran through past Sharif after his initially Initial excellent knockdown, showing again his aptitude in the air. Mercy just held on to the ball there to create the angle in the pass. And the man who won the penalty trying to get on his bike again, Ahmed Fetou of Zamalek. The first booking of the match. He knew he was getting away. Mahmoud Amdi making sure Fabio Abreu was going nowhere. I mentioned Hilda Costa missing out, could also have cut short the hopes, certainly did, of former Portuguese international Ivan Cavaleiro, recently declared for Angola, but on the books at Fulham. Gonzalez looking on the side of the chance from the corner. Certainly has more choices coming up. German youth international Kevin Bakusu and Giovanni Bamba have declared. Not very good clearances. Unfortunately, follow-up effort from Mario Balbordia wasn't much to write home about. Angola certainly haven't been overwhelmed in this opening 17 or so minutes. Yet they still lead by a goal to nil. Looking to show his quick feet. Ribeiro, lovely ball across. They will get a corner. No chances taken at the far post. Bayer Magdi just nodding out for the corner. Lovely footwork and cross from Ribeiro. He only had one yellow shirt to aim at, really. Tough end to the season for Al Ahly captain Mohamed El Shanawi, who kicks forward. So Mosamani, South African, formerly in charge of Mamadou Sundowns, led the Red Devils to the Champions League title. Zamalek's form, the Red Devils' busy schedule, saw their 5-year title streak ended. It's only delight for Ahmed Fetou, won the penalty. Tariq Ahmed, it's the Zamalek players in the squad. Yet to see in Egyptian football the domestic challenge from Pyramid, although they did make a big statement signing last summer. Ramadan Sobi come through at Al Ahly and led the Olympic Faroes to the under-21 CAF AFCON title. Short spell at Huddersfield Town, and then that shock move to Pyramid. And so be on the bench, along with some other hopefuls who want to impress Osam El Badri, especially considering Sunday, Egypt travelling to face Gabon in match day 2. Angola, therefore, taking on Libya that next Tuesday, so they got a little bit more time to prepare. So far, they've been prepared well for this match. They just had that killer instinct in front of goal. This match could be really see a potential shock. Certainly give encouragement to the men in all yellow. Something that Egypt will want to snuff out. Strong challenge, but it runs kindly for Egypt. Mercy. Switch of play to El Shad. So into left back come winger. It is Ahmed Fetou. That's the important covering from Tariq Ahmed when the fullback does advance. El Soulia there, you see, number 4, captaining his country. Across to see it out, Ahmed Ali Egazi, former West Brom defender, never really quite cut it in England. After a loan, he's made his move to Etihad in Saudi Arabia permanent. Maintains his position at centre back for Egypt. Well read there by Fetou, and Mercy trying to make something of the clearance. To no avail. Well, a dramatic start to this match. Angola, 2 gilt-edged chances that went to begging. Foul on Ahmed Fetou, providing Mohamed Mercy an opportunity that he gladly took to give the Faroes a 1-0 lead. Oh, terrible touch there, puts Angola in. Trying to work his way round. It was great work really from Abreu. He didn't necessarily have a shot on, but he tried to keep going and find a decisive pass. Egypt finally clearing their lines, but you can see Ahmed Egazi just trying to wake up the team. Not quite firing all cylinders despite their 1-0 lead, and Angola maybe sniff a little bit of vulnerability. The referee having a word with Tariq Ahmed. Fine line between touch-tight defending and penalisable foul. Ball whipped into a really good area. Ghazi with a vital block, and another one from Mahmoud Atiamdi. Certainly on paper looked an easy opener for Egypt. Anything but. Angola have come here the real sense of purpose after forgettable AFCON qualifying failure, looking to make headlines for the right reasons on match day 1 of the World Cup qualifying. Not the best of balls, but even then they've won a corner. Amir El Soulia, the captain, maybe wasn't sure if it was going to creep in towards Mohamed El Shenawi's near post. That's a better ball. El Shenawi though clearing. It's a slice though. Egypt finally managed to clear the lines. Much better touch shown by Bachiesa, which he had to because he was the last man. Clear back forward, but that's unsubtle foul to say the least. Takes the pressure off Egypt. Certainly feeling a bit of the pressure. Certainly when Angola in at their back line. Just yet to find a way to goal. Midway through the first half, despite it being Egypt 1 to the good, clear-cut chances have been for Angola. Really sharp, incisive passing. Just the last one not squeezing past El Ghazi. They can't get the ball to stick when they play it up top. Just that rash challenge from Bartolomeu Kisanga, giving Egypt that opportunity from the spot that Mohamed Mursi was not to look a gift horse in the mouth. He's been really industrious, Alfredo Ribeiro, number 16 for Angola. Looking for the run of Abreu. Just too much. Abreu plying his trade with Al Batin FC. Another of those to ply their trade in the Saudi League. More space again for Angola. Can they finally make it count? It's the finishing that's really holding them back. Alfredo Ribeiro has been so impressive otherwise on the ball in terms of hitting the target. Not the only one to come up short. Faroe, otherwise known simply as Freddy, playing his trade with Antal Yaspor in Turkey. Actually capped 34 times for Portugal from under 16 to under 21. Two international goals to his name, and the last one came 5 years ago. Strong challenge, but one brings the referee's whistle to ring. I think some of the ball was taken, but in the modern game, certainly not a challenge that is illegal. Somewhat scissor action. I think the stud's being down then straight up. They've certainly helped Tariq Ahmed's case. No wonder Angolans aren't exactly delighted with the referee's decision. No one ever is. Ahmed possibly fortunate to avoid a yellow card. Referee choosing to be lenient. So far the game has been played in a good spirit. A scream of no foul this time, as Mohamed Magdi Morsi with that penalty on 5 minutes, giving them the lead. But here's Freddie looking to get the ball through. Somewhat off balance, but Ignacio Santos trying the first time cross now manages to take one of the most interesting throws you'll ever see. Freddie trying to be proactive. Clearly dropping the ball isn't regulation throw-in tactics. Awesome, El Badri. I'm happy with the scoreline, not necessarily so much with performance thus far. Well, didn't necessarily have to lean in there, Abreu. Egypt certainly no major rush. Time and space to play the ball down the line. Much better passing. El Shad goes back. Mercy runs into trouble. Abreu now with Freddie. Ball round the corner, but only sees red. Well, once is one thing, but quite incredible to see two almost accidental throw-ins. So much so that it never becomes one. I remember a dad of a friend saying, as a fullback, you only get one in your career. That's both Angolan fullbacks on notice. Angola still very much in this game. If they could tighten up their finishing as much as their throw-in technique, it would at least be level. Calling for a free kick there, in which they don't get. Angola quick to try and work the ball forward. Well, Egypt, we've seen a couple of players hit the deck. Referee not budging. That time he very much could have, but he's played excellent advantage. certainly in the English Premier League, in other leagues, as the ball's whipped in, it's a miss-hit. They want a free kick, but it will be an Angolan corner. There's certainly been a directive of referees to let go some of the innocuous fouls per se. There's certainly light contact. Certainly something Jurgen Klopp and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer of Liverpool and Man United respectively complained about, but certainly fans seem to be impressed with the more free flow of the game. Seems to be the way this one's panning out, as the header at the near post just flies wide from Vladimir Felix. Vladimir Felix, also known as Va. Certainly, it's been another one that's been very busy. Now playing his trade in Cyprus with Paphos. Overlapping run, or well clipped in, but it's an easy clearance. Didn't necessarily have to rush that, but it fell beautifully for Abro. Tried to play it through, now forced back. Much better from Egypt. Lovely interchange. Continuing to link up well. Mustafa Mohamed and now with Tariq Ahmed. Long searching ball, just runs under the foot of Mustafa Mohamed. Cleared away the header. Well worked, and now with Fabio Ebru. Actually played for England schoolboys back in 2010. Won his first cap for Angola, September 2019. Just the one international goal thus far for the number 9. That coming in the 2022 World Cup qualifying rounds, as they edged out Gambia. You could almost hear the contact. One of the things that we're thankfully saying goodbye to more and more, with crowds and atmospheres returning. Obviously there's a slight disparity depending geographically or otherwise in terms of the regulations. Some of the qualifiers will have more supporters than others. Sadly, stadium here in Cairo, very quiet. But all of those are here, making their voices heard. Egypt looking for a strong end to the half. They've somewhat left drift at times. So 1-0 thanks to Magdi Morsi's 5th minute penalty. So as mentioned, Angola beating Gambia to reach this second round, the group stage. Ten groups. The 10 group winners going through to a playoff, with 5 teams reaching the World Cup. Realistically, the big boy has to fail to let someone else have a taste of World Cup success. Tough ask for Pedro Gonçalves. But on the pattern of play alone, Angola can feel more hopeful. Only top spot in the group, going through to the playoffs. Every point counts, especially without talisman Salah, as well as Aneni and Trezeguet out. Egypt desperate just to get themselves over the line. So far so good with a 1-0 lead, but certainly they'll be hoping for a more convincing performance. Certainly missing the energy of the crowd has an effect. Shielding the ball well, but then just seeing the ball bobble up off his shin. Frustration clear, giving away that free kick. Lovely first-time ball from Freddie. Ball through into the gap. Mohamed Sharif cuts in, but he can't hit the target, just curls it over the top of the bar. He's been pretty anonymous the past 20 or so minutes, but shows why he continues to be a threat Lovely ball to release him. He worked defender well. Boatu Jonathan forced to backpedal. There's 1 minute added on at the end of the half. Egypt with a slender 1-0 advantage. Angola will be kicking themselves that they find themselves behind after gilt-edged chances. It looked like Bayer Mohammed was wanting to swap shirts before the half-time whistle went. Certainly there has been somewhat controversial shirt swaps at half-time between players. Not often before play is stopped. So the half-time whistle blown. Egypt with a 1-0 lead thanks to Mohamed Mursi's penalty on 5 minutes. But either side of that goal, Angola with gilt-edge opportunities for Vladimir Felix Va, as well as Alfredo Freddy Ribeiro. It could have been oh so different, but at half-time break, Egypt with a 1-0 lead. Join us for the second half when we return. Till then, we'll see you there.
وتعالى على ارضك عاوز
Well, Egypt huddled together. Despite their 1-0 lead, will certainly be focused on a more polished performance. It's Angola who certainly brought the real goal threat to great chances for Va and Freddie. Going amiss, but it was the penalty kick that offered Egypt the route to the lead. Kisanga with an ill-advised challenge took down the flying fullback Ahmed Fetou and allowed Mohamed Mursi to score from the spot. So back underway, Egypt leading by 0-0 in the group opener. Only the top side will qualify for the 10-team playoff, with 5 teams ultimately qualifying for Qatar 2022. An early opportunity, Freddie with that quick free kick, catching Egypt on their toes. Freddie just going long way round to use the shoulder, but couldn't find the delivery. Another foul, this time Fortuna going down. Good challenge from El Shad. Just as it was at the start of the first half, Egypt on the defensive. Question is, can Angola find the back of the net? Ready with the delivery, but it's a forgettable one. Ball deflected, keeper down. Thankfully for Angola, squeezing wide. Ahmed Mursi running over to take resulting corner. All whipped in. Well, the overhead kick certainly ill-advised with that many players in a clump. Certainly Angola have brought a lot of spirit, verve to the match. It's just not been comfortable for Egypt. Some might have considered on paper. Not the best of kicks is being kind, and you know, Angola, a sticky spot, but managed to come away with it, but it's a poor ball. No chance for João Pachiesa. You can see Pedro Gonçalves encouraging, wanting Palancas Negras to just find that little bit of composure, not necessarily rush things. A chance to deliver. Mohamed. Mustafa Mohamed Said. Ball to the back post, but well defended. And the danger averted. Angola trying to be brave and play out from the back. There weren't too many options. Clip ball forward, failing to find its target. Attempt at the interchange, but it's falling kindly for Ahmed Mursi. And Mustafa. Egypt trying a bit of keep ball. Lovely ball round the corner. The 1-2 complete. Try the first attempt. At least Moatu Jonathan. Conceding the throw to avoid the corner. Looking for options ahead, the captain, Kisanga, whose rash challenge allowed Egypt prime position to score the opener from 12 yards. Long way round from El Shaat. Looking for options. Tried to curve his run. Again, the willing runner, Ahmed Fetou. Even if he had been onside, the ball forward, lacking precision.
C'est pas bon, Penny, c'est pas bon, c'est pas bon, c'est pas bon, c'est pas bon. Ouais.
Well, smiles between Freddie and Tarek Ahmed. A large truck sounding like it's going by, but can Angola really make a big noise here in Cairo? Certainly trying to be confident, positive with the ball at feet. Kisanga, Freddie almost ran through, but now Egypt try and get on the break. A foot race it is. Oh, it's the keeper who won it, but my oh my, that was a sore coming together. Well, the keeper was brave, Hugo Marquez, as he came out. Foot race seemed to be won by Fortuna, but the goalkeeper said he was there. In fairness, I think it is a foul, but nothing more. It's just a coming together. Clearly, because Mustafa Mohamed was intent on going for the ball, but it's no less painful for the goalkeeper, though Marquez back to his feet. Ready to continue with the set piece. But brave goalkeeping it was, certainly. And he gets right on the penalty on 5 minutes. The quality of Mursi left him beaten. So Mohamed Magdi Mossi, the only goal of the game. Ball over the top. It really hasn't been a free-flowing, exhilarating performance from the Faroes. Hossam El Badri clearly affected by missing some of his top stars. Still plenty of talent on the field, particularly from the two Egyptian giants. Just missing a bit of zip, excitement on the field. But in the end, a win, most important objective to complete. And thus far, they are heading for 3 points on the opening day of the group. Corner kick as Angola continue to press, to find a way back level. Sore wrist already, you can see the strapping for Ahmed Fetou. Stuck to his task there, but just feeling a bit of the niggle. Freddie across to take the corner. Can they find a sting in the tail? That's still alive. It's a great take from the keeper, Ahmed El Shanawi.
No fault, no fault, no fault. We're gone.
Just ran out of space there. Mohamed Sharif.
Okay, stay there, stay there, stay there.
Alves must be so proud of his players, but just looking for that little extra. Dangerous ball out in Egypt. Can gather. Mercy. Well, it was an interesting decision to leave it, but in fairness, more credit to Inacio Santos for tracking back. All cleared away. Egypt try and keep the move alive. Launched long and high. And certainly we've seen on occasions Mohamed Sharif's excellent work in the air. On that occasion, simple take for Marquez. For the switch of play. Almost a high jump there. We've had the Olympic Games. Now the Paralympics in full flow. Had an interesting time for Fortuna to make his leap for the high jump. It's our first change of the match. Manuel Afonso joining the field. João Machesa's night is over. Egypt looked to take advantage of the change of player. Well, he went down far too easily. The referee not interested. The substitute is confirmed.
Okay.
The substitute winning a throw and taking it quickly, maybe a little too quickly. Clearing header from Santos. Now Freddie. Little step over. Such a classy operator, the 31-year-old. Well, feinted for the 1-2, elected that there wasn't really room for him to get there. Left it for Va to bring it forward. Now, drop of the shoulder from Afonso. Oh, he does brilliantly to cut back inside, but then the cross, he didn't seem to have to rush it. But just scuffed it into the box. Well, a neat attempt at a touch there from Mursi. Couldn't win out the ball. Not for the first time. Clattering there, late one from Mohamed Sharif. The referee, not sure, had his eyes on it following the ball. This was the penalty claim. Well, it's not for me to decide. The referee doing his job. Seeing no foul, clear contact there. Ready. Switch the ball there, but it's put his captain under pressure. Did brilliantly, in all honesty, to avoid a catastrophe there. Left it there to Alfonso. Oh, it's too much on it. Santos was in space. There was a chance to really try and get bodies into the box. One change thus far for Angola. Pedro Gonçalves, wonder when Samuel Badri might look to his bench. And whether it's a case of trying to hold on to what they've got, trying to make the points safe. Angola certainly look prepared to keep searching for this equaliser. They will have another corner. No chances taken from Mustafa Mohamed. In truth, this is almost namesake on the bench. He applies his trade with Galatasaray in a Bordeaux move that fell through. Mustafa Mohamed Sayed electing for safety first. Backing themselves to defend the corner. So far, has worked out well. Certainly defensively, it's been 4 clean sheets in the last 5 at home for Egypt. If they maintain that, they'll open their World Cup qualifying group campaign with a victory. Ball, looking for the movement. Sharif's charge to a premature halt by the offside flag. Likely would have been a foul anyway on Kasanga. Angola. Well, it's 1-0, will maintain their belief. Now Kasanga would love to have that moment back. The opening minutes, and his foul allowed Magdi Morsi to give Egypt this slender 1-0 lead. Well, that's a John Terry style on the ground diving header. And Angola come away with it. That's a better ball to the overlapping Santos, but he can't get his ball into the area. And not only a great block from Fetu, but earns a free kick. And the referee, no uncertain terms, telling Inacio Santos that he knows exactly how to referee the match. So changes for Egypt, and it's the under-23 Olympic Faroe captain who led them to the under-21 Afghan trophy, who'll come on as initially Hussein El Shaat makes his way off. Ramadan Sobi ready to come on wearing 14. Mustafa Mohamed also coming off. Ahmed Said making way. Ahmed Abdallah on. I mentioned Ramadan Sobi controversially signing a big bumper contract with new money boys in Egypt, Pyramid, instead of what was expected, a return from Huddersfield to the club of his youth and early professional career, Al Ali. He's bet the house somewhat on Pyramid breaking the duopoly, what's been somewhat a monopoly for Al Ali until the end of the last campaign. Zamalek, as mentioned, winning their 13th title 5 years after the last. But Sobi certainly seen as a potential heir to creative heart. Interested to see how he can link up potentially with Mohamed Salah, but work to do to earn a starting spot. Now has 22 minutes, more or less, to make an impact here. Ball whipped in, but the flag's already up. And it falling kindly. They still couldn't hit the back of the net, in truth, but the move killed in its infancy. Well, player down. Not sure if it's potentially Ahmed Fetu. Certainly had the issue with his wrist long ago. Certainly been feisty at times, but nothing untoward. Some flashes of skill. But as yet, only a goal from the penalty spot. Sam El Badri, as mentioned, promoted from the under-23 Olympic squad job to take over the top job. Egypt next, heading to Libreville against Gabon, and they look to be leaving there 4 there with a 1-0 win as it stands. A fine penalty from Mohamed Morsi. Certainly as the Faroes dancing.
Merci. No fault.
Scream of no foul. Still plenty of time for Angola, but it is starting to get towards a last chance saloon. Egypt doing better to press Angola. Times Blancas Negras have been able to get their head up. Take a look at the options. Maybe been a tendency in terms of the difficulty of missing players and preparations to just sit back once they got that early lead. Angola proving tough nut to crack. It's a beautiful ball in from Freddie. Didn't quite reach Abreu at the back post. Angola try and keep the high press, but it's left them exposed now. The flick on, it's Ramadan Sobi. His first chance to run, he left far too much of the ball to see, but it's still left gaps. Pokes it through, but it'll be a, well, it's excellent goalkeeping. Well,
Oh, it's possible.
well, this cry of impossible, someone cheekily saying possible. We'll have to wait to see if we can actually see on the replay whether the ball did go out. It does look like he saved it there. Looked excellent juggling skills, to be honest. But unfortunately, Marquez is not believed. Well, Ramadan Sobi's only just come on, but he's now seemingly in a bit of pain. It seemed like a foul, but certainly he was in a collision. And it seems to be a hand injury. Certainly, I hope it's more discomfort than anything else. Excellent challenge from Jonathan Buatu, but clearly the follow-through saw Sobi crash to the ground. Seemed to fall on his right side. Well, waiting calmly. Ball to post. Ahmed Ali El Ghazi. Sobi going off for a little bit of treatment. Certainly won't want to come off, having just got his opportunity to shine. Seems like a pinky issue. I hope pinky will be helped by the medical brain. So Egypt, for the moment, down to 10. Whipping a corner in, it's a free header. Took an age though, but Marquez watching it calmly. He's not happy with the Egyptian attention, but gets on with it. Freddie didn't quite take the ball with him, but it's broken kindly. Whoa, that was a big big call. Through went Va. Although there weren't many complaints. It was an interesting moment. As soon as he hit the deck, all eyes on the man in black. The referee from Mali waving away any claims that, to be fair, were pretty silent. I'm not sure if he put the ball out to get sub on or Sobi back on. Changes for Angola. On comes Zito Luvumbo. You see there in your picture, number 14. Murio. Tune out coming off for Renilson Carmo. As Angola understandably electing to go for it. Va certainly been productive. Should have had a goal in the opening minutes. As Ahmed Fetou makes his way off. Won the penalty in that challenge with Kasanga. And that appears to be one half of the match-winning performance. Mohamed Mursi there, seeing off his teammate, given the opportunity to net the only goal of the game. So, Aman Ashraf El Said is the man to head on. Freddie showing sportsmanship despite Angola trailing. 12 minutes remaining. Switch of the ball. No longer with Fetou out on that left flank. It's maybe Egypt are just a little bit of the pressure, a little bit too aggressive from Ayman Ashraf coming off the bench. They don't need to encourage Angola to put the ball in the box as Freddie trots across to take it. Is there to be a dramatic finale in the final 10 minutes plus stoppage time? Can he find the perfect delivery? In the end, it's a strong header out from the captain El Sulia. Will be a throw. Santos wants to take. Freddie wants, but they miss him out for Lamera. Oh, he turns well. It's a strong challenge. It's a fair one. And the captain of Egypt for the night, giving away corner kick. It was from open play that Angola created their two best chances. As the match heads towards a conclusion, I feel it's a set piece that might be their route to a famous point. The referee being clear, he's not going to allow any shenanigans. Ball whipped into a good area, but again, well, Sulia gets his head to it, but it's back to Freddie. Can't keep it under control though. And it will be a goal kick. Excellent defending to play it off. Certainly Abdallah in his role. This was the potential penalty. Freddie's accidental deflected pass. Well, Pedro Gonçalves asking the question. Does look though like that went down a little too easily. Well, this time Marquez not making an attempt to keep that ball from going out. Corner kick not just giving Egypt the chance to attack, also a chance to work the clock. Ramadan Sobi making his way back on. They certainly didn't rush it. They're happy to be back to the full 11. Salves nervously looking on. Could be a hard luck story for Angola. Ball whipped in. Easy take for Marquez. Suddenly, neat one touch between them. Substitute Carmo looking to inject some pace and directness. Links again with Santos. Little look over the shoulder nervously from Lamera, but thankfully teammate was in arrears. Well, they'll certainly be happy with the result. Samuel Badri, if not fully the performance. That could depend on how it finishes, but despite a positive run from Buatu Jonathan, not able to dig out the delivery needed. This was the header, trundled from Amdi, hands of Marquez. Is there late drama left in this match for Angola? Looking for the positive running of Zito Zavumbo, but the ball drifting far too close and into the box for El Shenawi to collect, but Egypt failing to hold on to the ball. That is a delivery. We'll certainly leave Pedro Gonçalves, as we see, scratching his chin. Well, no rush. The kind of thing that we want to see when they're ahead. Hate to see it when they're behind. So for all Angola fans, absolutely fuming, I'm sure. Five-time Egyptian champion El Shenawi. Well, the ball and the slip. And a chance to try and finish this as a contest, but Egypt have just missed that spark up top. But a certain Mohamed Salah would always provide a shone of his talents. Still find themselves a goal up inside the final 4 minutes. Angola, as we mentioned though, themselves shorn of talent. They certainly would have loved to have had the presence of Elder Costa, Carvalho of Fulham. Maybe that little more composure in front of goal from players plying their trade in the English Premier League could have made a big difference. As it is, Angola seem more hopeful. Feel like their best chances have come and gone, but here come Egypt, looking to finish the match. A little bit of space to work with the final effort. Not much to write home about. Angola haven't given up the ghost just yet. Freddie back to Santos. Allowing Egypt to get back into their shape. Here's a willing runner in Alfonso. Certainly been neat in possession, Angola. But against the big teams, certainly away from home, got to take your chances if they come. Well, maybe unfortunate not to earn a free kick, but Egypt making their case through Ayman Ashraf, winning that battle on the sidelines. So a last throw of the dice. Pedro Gonçalves. Santos off. On comes Simone Miranda. It's Egypt on the ball. Sobi with a good ball through. Couldn't quite shepherd that home. Freddie pleading his case. We wanted a little bit more than just a free kick, but into the final minute of the 90. Lofted forward, keeper came. Al-Shanawi elected to leave it to his defence. Now Angola just desperate for free-sighted goal, but Egypt putting up their Faroe wall. So far it's kept Angola at bay. Those two gilt-edged chances either side of the 5th minute penalty from Mercy certainly come back to haunt them unless they can find late salvation. That was the chance. Did well to shift Sharif too close to Marquez. Into stoppage time, only 2 minutes. Angola really have to throw it forward well. A couple of slips. The first one putting Freddie under pressure. The second allowing him to maintain possession. Now, this is a big, big moment. The two 14s clashing. Zito Zavumbo winning the free kick against Ramadan Sobi, who makes the forwards challenge, to say the least. Well, off comes The goal scorer, Mohamed Mursi, showed no mercy from the penalty spot on 5 minutes. And if they can defend this free kick, that will surely be that. On comes Andy Fati. Well, Freddie has had plenty of practice through the match, but yet to find that real quality. Well, you can see Afonso pointing where he wants it, whipped in towards that 6-yard box. Try and make something happen, even if it's a slice or an own goal. Got to put it into a dangerous area to ask the question. But this is the match right here. Egypt with a fragile 1-0 lead as Freddie gets ready. The most important delivery of the match for Angola. This is almost the last kick of the match. Whips it into a dangerous area. And it will be a corner. Do they have time to take it? I think in the time it took to make the substitution, the referee will allow them to take it. We'll wait and see. The keeper looked like he was going to get it, but strong header from Ali Egazi. Just one more to deal with. Freddie again whips it in, and that will be that. Great catch from El Shanawi. Somehow Egypt's clean sheet intact. Angola pushed them hard with 2 guilty chances, but either side of a successfully taken penalty from Mohamed Magdi Mursi. Egypt get their World Cup qualifying campaign off to a winning start in Cairo. They beat Angola by 1-0. Thanks, and we'll see you for much more action over the week, but for now, good night.
حبيبي يا نجم.